Hello students, welcome to electrochemistry part 9. In this part we are going to learn effect of opposing potential on Daniell cell reaction, differences between electrolytic and galvanic cell, and very importantly standard hydrogen electrode, its construction, working, half cell reaction, half cell representation, its electrode potential, and then its applications, limitations, and at the end we are going to learn how to calculate electrode potential of single electrodes like zinc and copper by using standard hydrogen electrode as reference electrode. Let us see one by one. Effect of opposing potential on Daniell cell. We know that the maximum voltage that we get in a Daniell cell when we use 1 molar concentrated zinc sulfate and 1 molar copper sulfate solution is equal to 1.1 volt. Now let us consider external arrangement in which we are going to connect an external battery to the Daniell cell and we are going to apply voltage. When opposing potential is less than 1.1 volt, let us see what happens. See, this is an arrangement we have in Daniell cell. This is external source of battery from which we are applying external voltage that is less than 1.1 volt to the Daniell cell. This is our Daniell cell. Under that condition, there will not be any change in the functioning of the Daniell cell. Electrons will flow from zinc to copper only, like this. Electrons will flow from zinc to copper only, but current direction is from copper to zinc. Zinc metal dissolves in zinc sulfate and it gets a negative charge, it is anode, whereas copper ions deposit on the metal of copper, undergo reduction, it is positive and it is cathode only. So there will not be any change. Everything remains as such only. In the second case, when applied opposing potential is equal to 1.1 volt, under that condition what happens? See, in this case the voltage produced from the Daniell cell, that is also 1.1 volt, and external voltage that we applied, that is also 1.1 volt. Under that condition cell stops functioning. There will not be any current in the cell and there will not be any chemical reaction in the cell. Okay. And the third case, in the third case what we have, external potential is greater than 1.1 volt. In that case, now our Daniell cell turns to be electrolytic cell. It works like a electrolytic cell. Okay. Now everything is going to be reversed. Copper metal starts dissolving in copper sulfate. Okay, and zinc ions, they are going to deposit on the zinc electrode. Electrons start flowing from copper to zinc. Current will flow from zinc to copper. Everything is going to be reversed, and under this condition, as I told, cell acts as a electrolytic cell. Okay, I hope that this concept is clear. Okay. Now let us see differences between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. Let us take a galvanic cell in the left hand side of the table and electrolytic cell in the right hand side. Okay, we know that galvanic cell spontaneous chemical reaction takes place and chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Hence galvanic cell acts as a source of energy, whereas we apply electricity externally to run the cell in electrolytic cell, to run that non-spontaneous chemical reaction. Hence it requires external source of energy. So in galvanic cell, you know that anode is negatively charged whereas cathode is positively charged. But in electrolytic cell, anode means it is positively charged only and cathode means it is negatively charged only. Okay, in galvanic cell, always spontaneous redox chemical reaction takes place, whereas in electrolytic cell, by applying current, non-spontaneous redox chemical reaction takes place. In galvanic cell, electrodes are placed in two different electrolytic solutions or vessels, whereas in electrolytic cell, electrodes are placed in the same vessel. Okay, in galvanic cell, electrolytes taken are different. For example, zinc sulfate and copper sulfate we took in Daniell cell, correct? Okay, here electrolyte taken in the cell, that means vessel, is same. So electrodes taken are different in the case of galvanic cell, whereas in electrolytic cell, electrodes you may take same electrodes or you may take even different electrodes also. Okay, now let us see very important one, that is standard hydrogen electrode. In short, it is represented as She, or it is also called as a normal hydrogen electrode. Okay, hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure is in equilibrium with 1 molar HCl solution in the presence of a platinum electrode maintained at 298 Kelvin is called as standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, let us see its construction. See, this is platinum wire. Platinum wire is sealed in a small glass tube. This is a glass tube. Okay, one end is connected to platinized platinum plate. What do you mean by platinized platinum plate? See, platinum plate is coated with powdered platinum, so that absorption is going to be more, is called as platinized platinum plate. Okay, so one end is connected to this platinum electrode and another end is left for the external connection. So this glass tube is enclosed in a outer glass jacket that has a inlet at the top to pass hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure. So here we are going to pass hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure. Now it is kept in a beaker containing 1 molar HCl solution. So here we have taken 1 molar HCl solution. So this is outer glass jacket. So here we are going to pass hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure, and we have platinized platinum electrode, and this is 1 molar HCl solution. So this is how we construct a standard hydrogen electrode. Now students, let us see working, how it works. We are going to pass hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure from the inlet that is present here. Okay, so from here we are going to pass hydrogen gas that enters here, that comes into contact with the platinum electrode, and some hydrogen gas molecules are adsorbed. Now there exists equilibrium between adsorbed hydrogen gas molecules and H plus ion present in the solution, and there is a production of electrode potential between this platinum electrode and HCl solution. At an interface of this platinum electrode and HCl solution, there will be formation of electrode potential. There exists equilibrium between adsorbed hydrogen gas molecules and H plus solution from the HCl, and at the same time there will be interconversion of hydrogen gas molecule to H plus and H plus to hydrogen gas. Okay, so here electrode potential is going to develop, and in standard hydrogen electrode, whatever electrode potential that is going to develop according to IUPAC convention is taken as 0, and electrode potential of other electrodes calculated with the help of this standard hydrogen electrode. Hence this hydrogen electrode is used as a reference electrode. Okay, construction and working. For exam they ask 2 mark question, draw neat label diagram of standard hydrogen electrode, students. That's why I have given this diagram. So this diagram compulsory we have to draw for 2 marks and you have to label. Okay, next construction that I already told. platinum wire sealed in a glass tube. One end is connected to the external connection, another end is connected to the platinum electrode coated with the platinum black. Okay. Now what happens? This platinum electrode is enclosed in outer glass jacket. This is the outer glass jacket. This is outer glass jacket that has inlet at the top to pass hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure. I told. Now this platinum electrode is kept in a beaker containing 1 molar HCl solution. There exists equilibrium between adsorbed hydrogen gas and H plus ion present in the solution that develops electrode potential. Okay, I hope that this explanation is clear to you. Now here reactions are very important. They ask reactions and a diagram. Okay, now let us write half cell reaction, reduction reaction. So here H plus gains 1 electron to form hydrogen gas. H plus gains 1 electron from hydrogen gas. So H plus from the solution that gains 1 electron and converted to hydrogen gas. Okay, now let us represent this cell. Actually we have written reduction half cell reaction, but we represented oxidation half cell. Even in NCERT also it is given like this only, that's why I gave this. Okay, so whenever we write oxidation half cell, recall what we should write. First we should write electrode. We have written electrode here, platinum. Which electrode we are using? Platinum. Okay, next single vertical line indicates the phase change. So two components are there, one hydrogen gas. What is the pressure? 1 bar pressure. Okay, it is gas. Next single vertical line indicates phase change. One more component is there. What is that? H plus aqueous. So what is the concentration? 1 molar. So this is representation of oxidation half cell of hydrogen electrode, like this only given in the book. Okay. Next, the electrode potential of standard hydrogen electrode according to IUPAC convention, students, I already told, is considered as 0. And electrode potential of other electrodes, half cells, zinc half cell, silver half cell, copper half cell, calculated with respect to this value. Okay, now let us see applications of standard hydrogen electrode. We can calculate pH of the solution. Okay, pH of the solution can be determined. And before that, very importantly, I already told standard hydrogen electrode is used as a reference electrode. And using standard hydrogen electrode, we can calculate EMF of the cell. Electromotive force of any single electrode or even cell can be measured. Students, now let us see limitations of standard hydrogen electrode. Students, it is very easy to say that we have to pass hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure. But in reality, it is very difficult to maintain the continuous flow of hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure for longer time. Okay. And the second one, the platinum electrode or a foil or plate, whatever we use, it easily gets poisoned in the presence of small traces of impurity. And the third one is hydrogen being good reducing agent, it reacts with the oxidizing agent impurities present either in the solution or whenever we pass hydrogen gas. And last one, it is difficult once again to maintain concentration of HCl or molar concentration of H plus ion in HCl 1 molar, because even small traces of moisture present in hydrogen gas that dilutes the solution, and maintaining 1 molar solution concentration is difficult. So these are the difficulties we have whenever we use standard hydrogen electrode. Now let us see how to use standard hydrogen electrode as a reference electrode to calculate electrode potential of other electrodes. Okay. Students, one very important point you remember, whenever I say electrode potential, it is a reduction electrode potential. By convention, the electrode potential of any single electrode is given in the form of its reduction electrode potential values. Its tendency to gain electron, on that basis values are given. Okay, once again I come back to that one when I explain you electrochemical series. Okay, now let us see how to determine standard reduction electrode potential of single electrodes like copper single electrode, aluminum single electrode, magnesium single electrode, zinc single electrode, etc. using standard hydrogen electrode as reference electrode. So in your book they given two single electrodes, one copper and another one is a zinc. Okay, first one, determination of reduction electrode potential of copper half cell. Okay, now what we have done here, students, this is our standard hydrogen electrode. It is connected with the copper half cell. So in the copper half cell, we dipped copper electrode in the copper sulfate solution, both connected externally through the voltmeter and internally connected through the salt bridge. Now deflection in the voltmeter indicates the flow of electrons. So electrons flow from standard hydrogen electrode to copper electrode. So just recall Daniell cell in which electrons flow from zinc to copper, and we called zinc as a anode and copper as a cathode. So here we have to call the same. Standard hydrogen electrode acts as anode and copper acts as cathode. Okay. So here, as I mentioned, we set a cell by connecting copper half cell with the standard hydrogen electrode. So deflection in the voltmeter indicates the flow of electron from standard hydrogen electrode to copper. So hence standard hydrogen electrode is anode and copper is cathode. Now let us calculate E naught cell. E naught cell is equal to what? E naught cathode minus E naught anode. This is a formula we have to use when we write values in the form of reduction electrode potential. E naught cell, EMF of the cell is equal to EMF of the cathode minus EMF of the anode. Okay, and here value comes out to be 0.34 volt. You need not remember any value, students. This question will not appear for any exam. This is just for people to understand how they calculate. Okay, and the cathode, you know, it is copper, and E naught cathode, this is half cell representation of cathode. Okay, Cu2 plus bar Cu minus E naught anode, this is hydrogen electrode representation. Okay, and here we have to calculate this value. We know by convention we have taken this value is equal to 0. Is that clear? So hence what is the reduction electrode potential of copper, students? It is 0.34 volt. Clear? Okay, now let us try to represent this cell. So now which one is anode, students? Anode is standard hydrogen electrode. Which one is cathode, students? It is a copper half cell. Whenever I represent anode, that should be written on the left hand side, and cathode should be written on the right hand side. And whenever I write anode, students, what we should do? First we should write electrode. So first I write platinum. Okay, then I write hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure and H plus. Two components we have, hydrogen gas and H plus in a standard hydrogen electrode. So each one is separated by single vertical line that indicates phase change. Okay, and right hand side let us represent reduction electrode, that is Cu2 plus 1 molar concentrated, and Cu single vertical line indicates phase change, and both oxidation of cell, reduction of cell separated by what, students? Two vertical lines that indicates presence of salt bridge in the cell. So let us see the reaction. At anode, what reaction takes place? Oxidation. What do you mean by oxidation? Loss of electron is called oxidation. At cathode, what takes place? Reduction. Cu2 plus gains 2 electrons and converted to Cu. Okay, so electrons are not balanced. What I should do, students? Equation 1 or anode should be multiplied by 2. So when I multiply 2, half and this 2 cancelled here, only hydrogen remains, 2H plus here and 2 electrons here. These 2 electrons they cancel, and net cell reaction is going to be hydrogen gas, Cu2 plus. Okay, 2 electrons cancel, 2H plus and copper. I hope that you understood it. Okay, now similarly let us determine reduction electrode potential of zinc half cell, students. And once again, two half cells we have. One is a zinc half cell, another one is a standard hydrogen electrode. Let us connect that one externally through the voltmeter, internally through the salt bridge, and let us see the deflection in the voltmeter. Deflection in the voltmeter indicates the flow of electrons from zinc to standard hydrogen electrode. That indicates the standard hydrogen electrode as cathode and zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate as anode. Okay, let us calculate EMF of the cell. That automatically comes in this voltmeter. Okay, so value we get in voltmeter. So it is E naught cell is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. That is nothing but cathode is our standard hydrogen electrode. So we have written H plus. This is a representation, and this is anode representation. Now let us write down the values. Standard hydrogen electrode value is 0. This value we get in voltmeter. So automatically reduction electrode potential of zinc is equal to minus 0.7.6 volt. None of the values you need not remember, student. This is just for your reference. So suppose if I represent cell, then how to represent? First I should write anode. So when I write anode, first what I should write? Electrode, zinc. Then electrolytic solution Zn2 plus between two single vertical line indicates phase change. Next double vertical line indicates salt bridge. Now I have to represent reduction of cell. So I should write electrode at the end. Remember that point. First H plus or hydrogen. So first I write H plus single vertical line, hydrogen gas single vertical line, then platinum electrode. Like this we are going to write. Okay. Zinc electrode single vertical line phase change Zn2 plus 1 molar, two vertical lines indicate salt bridge, H plus from HCl single vertical line that indicates the phase change. This is aqueous, this is gas hydrogen. Next single vertical line, and extreme ends we should write electrodes, platinum electrode. So if I write half cell reaction, then at anode zinc undergoes oxidation, loss of electron is called oxidation. At cathode H plus gains electron and converted to hydrogen gas. Once again electrons are not balanced. So at cathode I should multiply this equation by 2, students. When I do that, two electrons cancel. So remaining is zinc plus 2H plus gives rise to Zn2 plus, and 2 cancelled, only remaining hydrogen. So zinc plus 2H plus gives rise to Zn2 plus and hydrogen gas. Okay, I hope that it is clear to you. Thank you, students.